First on Fox, hundreds still spending the day without power as crews clean up neighborhoods as fast as they can. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Leah Linscheid in for Michelle Carolla tonight. Power has slowly been coming back to thousands of residents who spent much of the last 2 days in the dark after powerful storms knocked down power lines, uprooted dozens of trees, and sent debris flying into homes and farms. Now, according to Alliant Energy, more than 150 people in Grant County are still in the dark tonight, 22 in Iowa County, 4 in Lafayette, and 45 in Dane County, all still waiting for power to be restored. Now, we sent Matthew Simon back to one of Grant County's hardest hit areas, Cassville, as residents continue to dig out of the dark.
This is the scene all along Jack Oak Road, one of the hardest hit areas, branches everywhere. And these are actually cut up branches from all the trees that have fallen in the area, giant old historic trees. You can see this is the original state of most of what the trees here look like, uprooted on site from really strong straight line winds, even a tree falling on a boat here. This is the damage left behind, the power outages left behind thanks to a devastating storm.
All right, this was our screened in porch.
Along with the 70 to 100 mile per hour straight line winds, also blowing away a lot of her Cassville vacation home's porch and boat dock cover.
Now it's pretty much an open air porch.
Power outage remnants all along Jack Oak Road mean Platteville's Lori Digman and her husband are also cleaning up spoiled food.
Yeah, everything in our fridge, refrigerator and freezer. That pretty much thawed.
Down a couple of houses, her neighbor Craig Ripple from the Quad Cities is hoping a borrowed generator will prevent the same thing from happening inside his weekend home.
I came up to get the stuff out of our freezer. We had a lot of meat in the freezer and the refrigerator.
Where a pile of metal and rubble is.
Still trying to figure out how to rebuild the carport and fence wicked winds stole.
I was very relieved. I said a prayer last night.
Silver Spigot saloon owner Anna Peterson is actually counting her blessings her bar has power.
Because we could have really lost a lot, and we didn't lose any merchandise whatsoever.
So a lot of power. You can even see underneath here where it actually must have moved this whole porch.
One thing that did not blow away on Lori Digman's porch, her signs. Today, paradise is the little things, like not losing her trees.
You know, it is what it is. So we're just gonna clean up and go from there.
And power crews continue here along Jack Oak Road to restore power. Power lines down everywhere though, so they have had their work cut out for them with these strong winds. Cassville, one of 4 communities under an emergency declaration. The village president here telling us that is to help out with cleanup cost out here. He did not have specifics to offer because it is so early at this point.
All right, thank you, Matthew. Damage reports are still coming in from all over southern Wisconsin. In Grant County, about 20 homes and 30 farm buildings were destroyed. In Greene County, total damage estimates have reached $250,000 with damage to 7 homes and countless other farm buildings and crops. And over in Iowa County, 5 houses were damaged by falling trees in the village of Linden. 1 farm completely destroyed in Jonesdale and one home crushed in Hollandale. Now, as Matthew mentioned, Cassville, Lancaster, Platteville, and Hollandale all in a state of emergency still tonight. That storm also produced some tornadoes across northern Illinois. More than 125 people spent the night in Red Cross shelters in 6 states. 2 Red Cross volunteers from our area are heading down to the hardest hit communities, bringing along relief supplies and shelter for those who can't return home. Volunteers are also helping to clear out houses still intact so residents can start the rebuilding process there.
Anybody that's still in their homes, they're going to need cleanup kits to clean out their house. They'll need any kind of tools that we can supply, rakes, shovels, whatever.
Red Cross volunteers from across Wisconsin are also helping out in Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Texas. Now, Karen Swanson joins us now with the first Foxcast. Today was finally a relief from those storms, right?
Yeah, a lot of people cleaning up with some very nice weather conditions today. We had the sunshine today, some lower humidity levels, and temperatures overall were fairly comfortable. And tonight, it's a pretty nice night. You can see on the satellite and radar map, there have been just a few clouds shifting across the region, but overall very quiet tonight. And it looks like it's going to stay that way into about the first half of tomorrow before we start to see some shower and thunderstorm chances return. We've got temperatures in the upper 60s and again, low 70s right now. It's 68 degrees here in the Madison area. Overnight temperatures will fall to 56 degrees, so looking comfortable for the overnight as well. Highs tomorrow make it back into the low 80s, and we'll see that chance for some showers and thunderstorms developing toward the later afternoon and into tomorrow night. How long those storms stick around, coming up in your forecast.
All right, thanks, Karin. Dane County is reporting its first case of West Nile virus this year, found in a bird. Following that discovery, health officials are reminding people to take extra precautions against mosquito bites this season, including limiting your time outside at dawn and dusk and always applying that insect repellent. Now, while very few mosquitoes actually carry West Nile, experts say it's better to be safe than sorry.
The vast majority of mosquitoes that are pestering us are not going to be infected with the virus, but you know, when's the last time you took a look at the mosquito that was biting you and figured out, oh, that's a floodwater mosquito, oh, that's a West Nile virus mosquito. You know, it's something where you just gotta be cautious.
Now, Hospec says reports of West Nile virus vary by year. Now, none were reported last year, but 4 cases of human illnesses were found in 2013. Now, country music fans maybe had a little too much fun at the Kenny Chesney concert this past weekend at Lambeau Field. More than 250 people were kicked out and 25 people arrested. Complaints included fighting, vomiting, and a man who'd gone to the bathroom on himself. Green Bay police said they've never been that busy during a Lambeau event.
It was people making bad decisions after drinking all day, and you know, that played a factor in all of those arrests and ejections. And you know, people just gotta make better decisions when they're going to drink that long.
About 25 people are tossed during your average Packer game, just a fraction of Saturday's numbers. The field did suffer some damage, but the Packers say it will take a few weeks to determine just how bad it is. Now, a Toma man is behind bars after authorities say he pointed a gun inches away from an officer's face in Minnesota. Authorities say an off-duty officer confronted 35-year-old James Fry, suspected of shoplifting at a Walmart in St. Paul. Security video inside the store shows Fry pointing the gun in the officer's face before the officer slapped that gun away and pulled out his own. Fry ran and tried to get away in a pickup, but after several shots fired by the officer, he was captured. No one was hurt in that incident. Now, have you seen this little guy? Apricot the Puggle has been missing since Friday afternoon after a woman stole the puppy from the Pets R Us rescue store in Madison along Gammon Road. Police have the woman in custody, but the puppy wasn't with her. She told police she gave her away. The Puggle is valued at $350. Anyone with information on Apricot's whereabouts is asked to call Madison Area Crime Stoppers at 266-6014. Members of the Madison School Board could soon see an increase in pay. Board member Dean Loomis wants to raise the annual stipend from the current $4,200 to $8,000. He's hoping the proposal will make it into the district's budget for next year, saying the board should nearly double their pay because members make some pretty big decisions on how the district is run.
It was time. The stipend hadn't been raised or adjusted in 20 years. We do not get any other payments. Some school districts give you a per meeting assignment or something like that. We don't get that. So we decided to just raise it to keep it in line with what we thought was a fair amount that it would at least pay us back for the work that we put in.
The teachers union says it supports that proposal as well. The school district is also looking into eliminating a nearly $15 million budget deficit by negotiating down health insurance costs, cutting 110 positions, and increasing property taxes by nearly 5%. That means a $96 increase for the average Madison home. The board will vote on both these proposals Monday night. Only a week to go before the state legislature needs to have a budget ready. Lawmakers say the budget writing committee could meet later this week to pass a plan, adding the Senate and Assembly would likely pass it that same day. Republican leaders are confident a deal is close after spending the last month in a stalemate over what to do with funding for roads, a new Bucks arena, and changes to the prevailing wage law. Still to come on Fox 47, taking the debate over the Confederate flag, we'll hear from one Civil War reenactor who says that flag honors his ancestors. And can't quite see around that giant truck, why Samsung may soon have a solution. You're watching Fox 47 News at 9.